Esmeralda, she definitely brings more to the table, even though her early game isn't as good as the Uranus, of course, but she brings so much more once she hits the 8-minute mark into the game, consistently farming, consistently being part of the team. And that's when you know that she is a threat. She's enough to threaten the back line. She can one-shot your marksmen. You just have to reposition accordingly. Uranus is something you can kind of play around, and eventually he gets too big, yeah, sure, but inevitably, you just kind of don't want to interact with him until your marksman's big enough to handle him himself.
Yeah, and of course, that means that they really have to set things up for the late game. Burmese Ghouls, of course, will be opening things up, but Resurgence will have to actually start off with this final ban of phase 1. So KCP is going to be removing export once again. So Resurgence really did their case study from yesterday where D really knows how to play export really, really well. And what he does is that he rushes that immortality really early on. So it's like, it's pointless to actually get that sort of full engagement for the side of export, knowing that it'll take too much effort. But this opens up that Selena, and Burmese Ghouls will definitely go for that.
Yeah, it looks like they still want to play very early and very aggressive composition. Resurgence go for a very stable pick, but also a potential counter pick with the Kufro, using that bouncing ball as a way to either body block, but more importantly, to stop the Abyssal Dashes coming in from Selena later on. The question is Burmese Ghouls also going to go with a secondary mage support, just to be a little bit more aggressive, or do they need to lock in the Bruno now just to be like, you know what, are we all in on this team, are we all in on this aggressive composition, or are we out?
Yeah, and of course, they are going to be whipping out that trusty Masha as well as Baxia on the side lanes.
Wow, they really like Baxia.
Yeah, I gotta say that they really want to make sure they get in their faces. But Sana, like we talked about the jaw hit potential.
Yeah,
he will be bringing it out. But can he actually fare against the likes of Masha? Because Masha's gonna be going at it as well, where both sides really want to just get that kill whenever they can on those solo lanes.
As much as possible. But looking at this right now, Jawhead should be able to fit no problem, especially to set up ganks no matter where it's from. I think they just want that flexibility of no matter what side lane matchup it's going to be, whether it's going to be the Uranus going up against the Baxia, which means nothing, or the Baxia goes into the Jawhead, at least you could set up for a dive of some sort, and hopefully that is the idea.
And now heading into these bans here, I do believe that Resurgence is leaving the Hayabusa option available because they already knew how to do exactly just that. So they are just taking away that Bruno from the hands of Ace. So do you think this is the best sort of situation? Because there's still going to be other options available like carry. Like we're looking at Uranus, Kufra, a little bit hard to shred, but even if they go for the carry, the jaw hit might actually have a very good time.
Yeah, and I think it's fine if they get a marksman no matter what, because at least now if we look at it, it's like, oh, it's not so dangerous of an early game composition. They're not going to push me level 1 and then probably walk out alive with a couple of kills and my buffs. So I think in that sense, Resurgence is kind of covered. Mid game, pre-level 4 is still going to be quite dangerous, especially along that river line with Selena just kind of running around. So I think Resurgence at this point of time is looking for support options that kind of cover their ground. So, oh, you drop Abyssal Traps? No problem. I drop Frost Traps. And hopefully, it's just going to be a war of information.
Yeah, and speaking of war of information...
back to Roger.
Yeah, of course. 2 rounds in a row. LY4 really feeling good on this pick, so I don't think that that needs to be changed all too much, especially when you can actually find a way in the late game to actually fight and kite around some of all these guys that will be chasing in, such as D and Ruby DD. Both on that Baxia as well as Masha, but oh boy, we got the Gato to really double down on that chase.
Oh wow, they're really doubling down on it. This is going to be pretty interesting because the way I see it, it really looks like a 1-3-1 here, which could transition into a 1-4, allowing Masha to kind of just stick around neutral objectives, getting a full-on push with the rest of the team, using Selena's arrows as a way to kind of zone your opponents as you slowly push in for the objectives. Resurgence, on the other hand, they still have a really strong team fighting composition. They still need a lot of magic damage, though. So in terms of mages, yeah, Kagura just fits the build, has some great AoE abilities, great slows. Yin Yang Overturn, making sure that she is difficult to hit with the abyssal arrows. And pretty much everybody's pretty difficult to hit, especially the cores.
And now we're looking at both drafts already locked in. And I'm looking at Burmese Ghouls because they need those really expensive builds to make things work. So to be activated, I think mid-game onwards will definitely be great for Burmese Ghouls. Late game, even more so. But Resurgence, they are pretty much going in for something that we are very familiar with from even the MPL MYSG seasons that we've seen this sort of play. And now Resurgence needs just one more game to get themselves into the grand finals. Burmese Ghouls still struggling to actually get that in game one. But of course, yesterday they had perfect 2-0 wins. Are they going to make a reverse sweep?
We'll see, because I do believe that Burmese Ghouls usually do better within their second game rather than their first. So I do think this is going to be a little bit more of a fight. And even if Resurgence wins, it's not going to be an easy one. So let's just see how they play as we load into the Land of Dawn here. Resurgence up against Burmese Ghouls, game 2. Let's see the openings in the beginning. Yep, mid-control for both teams.
Now, Jason just trying to actually land a couple of pokes as they slowly clear out the wave. Nothing much substantial has been going on just yet. Well, if there is an abyssal arrow that can actually land over on the enemy units of Resurgence, that might just be a little bit of trouble. But the Jaw hit has already been guarding that red buff, so Sana is going to be duking it all out against D. But, you know, she's got the layers of health to work with. Jason being all alone, though, not really a wise decision to really go in for the contest. They have to give it away to Burmese Ghouls.
Oh, no, Jason was able to steal it away. He was still able to steal it away. So now they've got double red buff. And Burmese Ghouls, even though they were making a really smart decision of invading the red side, raiding Resurgence's red side, just trading buffs, unfortunately got stolen away. So no profit there. Let's see how RSG want to kind of push their lead, because now blue buff is in a lot of danger. Jason, he is willing to walk up.
Oh my, he actually secured that with a flame shot if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
and
boy.
That definitely was a huge shocker coming from the side of Burmese Ghouls. Now, of course, settling for much less. This is going to be a pretty much interesting battle from this point onwards.
No, this is just going to be tough. Burmese Ghouls are looking to play towards top side for as long as possible. And up, D's in trouble. But Ace is coming here to turn this around onto Sana, who flickers out of there. Maybe is not able to secure the kill. Not enough damage here as bottom is getting dove instantaneously. Both teams mimicking each other almost perfectly to the T as they go back up towards the top side.
Oh.
We're seeing that Burmese Ghouls, they ain't done yet. They ain't done with this after seeing what happened to bot lane. Picking up 2 more for themselves.
This
as
is
they
what we're talking about right there. Like, we saw pressure after pressure. Burmese Ghouls play style, I really got to give them that respect. It looks as if like Sana was actually making the perfect plays. Like, he actually was duking it out. But when you have all 5 members up there, oh boy, that's not going to look anything great for them. LY4 so far, 100% win rate on his Roger. It might just be another trend going on, but if Burmese Ghouls can actually put a dent, the percentage will drop, and it doesn't really matter because, you know, it's not about the heroes you use, it's how you execute it at the end of the day.
Yeah, min-maxing, optimizing, and utilization here. Wait, there's no way they didn't notice that back there, right? Right? Yep, they're repositioning themselves to actually push away the Selena from the jungle. They know something's up, and now they're going to slowly peel backwards together. So if this does become a full-on team fight, it's not looking too good for the Burmese Ghouls. Level 4s have been reached by both sides. The only person who was just a little slow on that level 4 is only KZB, who just hit it. Turtle comes up now, and now the full team is calling in as they pull in with a really great ultimate from KZP here. They're trying to turn this around as Ace already chunks out Jason. Sana, first rotation is there, but D is making a huge effort. He should be going down after the ejector, and that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Not looking too good as Kid managed to walk away with just a sliver of HP.
Yeah, and this is the first team fight that has been lost out, and Burmese Ghouls instantly goes in for that turtle. So he's going to buy a little bit more time, but he can't really hold on. He don't really have those big boy items just yet. Hit eventually. Oh, there you go. Last hit.
Unfortunate. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do too much there, but he did stop them from doing the turtle, which isn't so bad considering that Resurgence is making plays up on the top side, still being very proactive on the map. Oh, wait, hold on. Towards the mid side here, KZP as well as Jason trying to maintain mid control here. So a lot of this has to work with just mid priority. If you have mid priority, you can kind of control the rotations of the bottom and top side of the map. And if they don't have that mid control, things like getting that top push is going to be so easy to do. And I think Burmese Ghouls recognize that as well.
Exactly, and Burmese Ghoul managed to still get their hands on that turtle. They're still contesting inside the jungle as well. Takes one cam off. Ace now being pretty much a huge monster. 3 kills already in the bag, snowballing his way, and things are just gonna get even harder for the side of Resurgence as we are looking at 6-2. Selena 3 times being picked by Kit. He did get all 3 wins. Though one of the games against Geek Fam, he was technically feeding, but hey, he gets the job done.
Hey, technically, it's all technical terms here. We aren't judging people. But yeah, as you can see, the rest of the Resurgence squad is making sure that they are just controlling the river as much as possible. They don't want to be left out in the dark. They don't want to be caught out by a single random arrow. Ooh, but Sing's taking quite a bit of damage here. Sky Guardian's Avatar does come through. Oh, Gato is unable to taunt away in time, and unfortunately, he goes down. Maybe he's going to be the next to fall, and this opens up a huge hole. No way. Okay. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Resurgence has opened up a huge hole here, but D is pretty strong, but I don't think he can take care of 4 members by himself. 2 life bars left, but in the back line, it's coming in with Jawhead. He does it. Sana isn't able to pick up Kid. Unfortunately, Kid survives again with just a sliver of health.
Yeah, but they really have to give the tower away. Resurgence really double down the effort to actually apply that pressure inside of the jungle. And of course, reap the rewards. Things are getting pretty much even up from this point onwards. Now, you look at the really big dip in terms of goal. Suddenly, tides have definitely turned in favor of Resurgence.
Yeah, I mean, the graph definitely looks like it's substantial, but just make sure you're looking at the numbers at the side. It's not as big as you think. But now that the blue buff is being taken away, being somewhat contested here, the information is being fed back to the team of RSG. They're going to be looking to rotate either to contest this or looking for a pick off here, and I think that's what they want to do. KZP is already in, but Jason is in a lot of trouble. Yin overturn has already been used as the Regalo Kachak gets 3 people caught up. They can't really escape from this, but LY4, can he clean this up? He's already in alpha form, but can he go in? No, he cannot. He realizes the more important thing is taking this neutral objective, the turtle. The rest of Burmese Ghouls are kind of weak to contest this.
Yeah, and Resurgence definitely will have this one in the back, but maybe is still trying to actually cause some commotions, though. Oh boy, that's another mega kill going in for the side of Kid.
Oh, that's not something you want to see. But happening on the bot side, you actually notice that Masha is doing her job. She's constantly pulling away one of the members of RSG down to her side of the map, making it so much easier for these pickoffs to happen. But once again, Sing has to give a little bit more respect to Ace here. He's got to make sure he keeps his distancing well.
Yeah, I just love how Ace actually kites so well. Like you can see, like his prowess is pretty much equally matched as LY4 right there. Both sides are really getting pretty much high numbers of goal throughout this span of 7 minutes, while we are looking at Ruby DD having a really big shoe to actually fill right here in some of these team fights.
Yep, they're slowly calling in. Sky Guardian's Avatar is all going to lock down KZP. He's not even going to be able to get his ult off as he goes down straight away. LY4 being chased down by D here as the rest of the team is pulling in forward. Can he pick off the kill onto Maybe? He is somehow surviving off of that 1 siege minion, and as he's pulling away. Oh my goodness, 6 more seconds until the Revitalize comes back up. And Sync so far getting a great push, able to pick up, get a great push down onto bottom side. Mid finally broken down. Kit is gonna finally die. Oh, the 2nd time of this game, but man, has he survived so many other encounters.
Yeah, great flank coming from the side of Sync as well. Now they're looking to actually secure the mid side here, but would that be good enough for them? Ruby DD just comes in from the side lanes as Maybe goes in for that sort of retake, and this is gonna big knock coming in from the side of of the tower's range.
Huge,
Now they
huge.
go in for that sort of big engage. Big mega kill for the side of LY4, and they will just have to settle for that.
No, they're trading 1 for 1 here. Both teams are relentless. This really is a pound-for-pound fight. Both teams are trying to be as proactive as possible and continuously... Oh my goodness, Sync, are you... hello? Hello? Are they going to stop this? Ah, there we go. Last auto attack finally procs, and Carry finally secures that kill. But Resurgence is ever so slightly ahead. Whether that matters or not, honestly, at this point in the game, not really. He needs a little bit more.
That flame shot!
No!
That flame shot! You can't do that, Jason!
I thought it missed because the alert came up so late. No way!
Wait, he stole the raid buff, and he stole this. Is he gonna do this to the Lord? I don't know, but I thought you were just talking about does the goal lead matter, because Burmese goals it seems like we're already back in the game, and the issue that we are having here is Burmese goals don't really have retribution either.
Ah, that makes so much more sense why it's so much easier for LY4 or even Jason to actually potentially steal this away. Epic Sky Guardians Avatar locking down KZP once again. Oh, three-man push against the wall. Okay, he trades 1 for 1, but the rest of his team doesn't want to commit to this particular fight, even though Sync is relatively nearby with the flank. I don't know, this looks like a pretty good fight. 2 members are pretty chunked, but it looks like RSG is going to play the slow roll game. They're willing to sacrifice 1 without being proactive to take more than that.
Yeah, and now Resurgence gets a little bit of info. He's going to be Ace here facing off against Sana. This is going to be a losing battle here because he's getting outnumbered and outgunned for that moment.
Yeah, it's not looking too good here. And wait, he did have the high and dry. I'm interested to see his items, but Sana being chased down. Maybe is going to lock him down, and the secure kill coming in from Ruby DD.
Ruby DD managed to actually get that sort of catch, and now Burmese goals one after another. This is why I pointed out Burmese goals are extremely talented in towards creating this sort of a constant pressure, especially from enemy territories. And now Resurgence can only rely on Sync to go in for these pushes, and he's the only one that can actually make it safely out after these sort of pushes. Because if you're going to be sending KZP, you saw what happened inside jungle. Like, yes, you get that time rate, but if only he had more members, then maybe they could have turned certain things around. But Ace is this marksman where, you know, it's so hard to catch, and he's already level 15, where every other member of the side of RSG, they got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, he has so much power. Oh my gosh. Endless battle on top of the Thunderbelt. This man's going to be chunking down tanks like they're butter. And now saying he's making his way out of there, trying to move away. He's going to get caught in the Gato ult, but is it going to be enough damage from Carry? Doesn't look like it. A couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's dead.
Yeah, there goes Uranus, and of course they will get that tower alongside as well. But over the bottom side, we do have the Lord, but Resurgence are pretty much scattered apart, dodging that Abyssal Arrow, but of course Jason will still be able to actually go out of that pretty much soon.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, RSG is just having to mirror, not really mirror, but both teams are mirroring each other when it comes to objective losses, you know? If something's happening across the map, if something's happening down on bot side, make something happen on top side. Take a tower for a tower, steal a buff for a buff. And at a certain point, the smaller plays of taking jungle camps, the simple fundamentals of just being able to clear out your farm effectively is going to come into play. And Burmese Ghouls, you can already see 3K of gold lead because of the turtles that they were able to secure, because of this Lord that they're able to secure, Luminous Lord, mind you not, and also the buffs they were able to steal away from Resurgence.
Yeah, and they actually timed it so well to actually secure this Lord as well. They knew that if they were to wait maybe a couple more seconds, it'll turn into the Luminous Lord, and now Resurgence got this sort of problem right now to deal with, where what Burmese Ghost is trying to do is to set up shop with 1-3-1 formation and eventually secure this mid lane tower first and pull some members aside to the side lanes, and Burmese Ghost will try to actually get maybe a second tower perhaps, and that's already in effect right now.
Yeah, potentially. But right now it's just so difficult because Masha is just the strong split pusher that Jawhead can't really do too much of. And plus she doesn't want to really interact. She wants to see Sync in lane. And now they're going to go in for the push. Luminous Lord already knocking back in. Jawhead able to pull back Rubididi all the way back in. Garo Gacha first to go down. The rest of the team is slowly pulling back up. LY4, does he want to go in? Does he want to go alpha? No, he doesn't. He rolls back in, metamorphosized back into human form as he continues to shoot down Lord. But down onto the bottom side, Sync, he really is going out for that backline here. KZP, he has immortality. He's still going to be A-OK. Jason's coming in real quick. Kid needs to die, but suppression has already been put down for him. Winds of Nature able to keep himself alive. Sorry, Winter Trunge going to keep him alive here, but this might be it. They might be able to pick them off here. Sana, 1 HP. Can he survive? Unfortunately, the rest of his teammates are dying at this point of time, and Ace is still alive as Burmese Ghouls looking very close to ending this game. However, it's a 2v1. All inhibitors down. Burmese Ghouls, they need one more push. Just one more.
He's got immortality. He does not care. He really wants what he can get, and Sana's going to be buying some time, but he won't go down. He's looking for Jason as well. He's going for the kill, but instead, this will be Burmese Ghouls equalizing 1-1.
And that's the way we expected it to go, man. That's the way. Burmese Ghouls, game 2.